There we go. We are in time. Welcome, everybody. We're back on the Hohner YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a nice weekend full of Easter eggs. Let us know in the chat from where you're tuning in. Super excited about this one. This is episode 86 of the Hohner Live, which is crazy. That's a lot. And I'm very excited about our special guest today. Originally from France, now in New York City, tuning in with us. Thank you for taking the time. Excuse my French, Yvonnick Prené. Thank you.
Thank you, Konstantin, for the invitation. I'm really happy. I'm really glad to be here, part of this series of interview that you have been conducting for a few years now, and
for real,
with all these great harmonica players from all over the world. And I'm glad to be episode 86 today. That's what you say.
This is a very special one. So,
but 86. Just
any connection to 86?
I'm just wondering. I mean, I wouldn't have. Would have been maybe better, like if I was in episode like 10 or 15, 20. But I'm just wondering why did you wait?
Exactly.
Like episode 86, I'm just a little bit feeling.
So what year were you born in? I should have noticed that.
Yeah, I was born in the 80s.
Yeah, but not 86. Okay.
No, not 86. How you do that from the birthday? Depending birth year, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, nice move.
So, everybody in the chat, let us know if we are in sync. We did a little test call yesterday, and I did check out the latency between our movements, our mouth movements, and the audio. So let us know if that's fine. If you got a feeling for that, I can still do adjustments. But yeah, I got my tea here. What do you got?
Just water.
Okay.
I always have a drink of some water, a glass of water nearby when I'm playing harmonica, practicing, or at my shows. It's very important to have your lips hydrated. You know that for the harmonica to slide on your lips.
Yeah.
So that just I had the coffee before. Actually, I had 2 or 3. I had a short night. I was out in New York performing at
you actually played a show yesterday.
Yeah, I was a guest. I was invited to play with a trio, amazing trio, piano, bass, drums. Lauren Cohen is a bassist, with Jim Riddle on piano and Donald Edwards, amazing drummer. So I was in the village, Greenwich Village at Mesro, and I played on this tune written by Lauren, the leader, called "Just Have Faith," and it's one of the songs that is on my newest album.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I recorded in different key. So yesterday I went there just to support my friend, and just to listen to some good music, and he told me I just went right in the club and he said, "Hey, you want to come in to play on a song, Just Have Faith," because he knows that's one of my favorite of his tunes. He's a great composer, by the way, and I always bring my harmonica wherever I go. So
that's so good.
I was kind of prepared, but he plays it in a different key. No? He plays it in A major, and on my recording I did it in D. So I was okay. I need to. I don't want to screw it.
It's so not too far away, right?
Yeah, not too far. But it went okay, and I just went through the changes and improvised a lot. I probably am going to share some a clip later.
Oh, nice! Yeah.
Of that performance, and I used the expression.
Fantastic!
12-hole chromatic harmonica from Hohner.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to talk about this one today. This is the new Chromatic.
Yeah, right here. I have the box.
And you're on the box. That's crazy.
Yeah. Trying to take care of it. It's just like there's a aside, no, sketching, but I'm not trying to just to leave it behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, it's very nice material. I was surprised when I received the box. Feels so nice, just touching the cardboard.
Yeah.
It's nice texture. It's relaxing, I would say, even. And the expression.
Yeah, you could start to do some ASMR streams with that.
Excuse me?
Some ASMR streams.
Oh, yeah.
You know about that?
Yeah, right.
Everybody
so,
in the chat, if you got any questions, let us know. We gonna answer everything in terms of music and harmonica and life.
Politics.
Maybe.
Politics and...
Gotta be careful with politics sometimes.
We're not experts.
But yeah, let us know. Awesome. So if you play a show or if you're invited to play, what's like your usual routine before it? Do you have like a routine at all? Like especially like for your day or right before the concert? Do you warm up in a specific way or do you not care at all?
Good question. Yesterday, I wasn't prepared. I knew that it could have been a possibility for him to call me, but he didn't know that I was coming to see him. So, but you always want to be prepared in a way. You want to play your harmonica as much as you can every day, and just to have contact with the instrument. That's what I say to my students. They when they don't have time to practice. I just told them to spend just 2 minutes with the harmonica, or just think about a lick, a short riff, a scale, an arpeggio, and just play that. And even if it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then because then once you have your harmonica in your hand and you start playing, just you can become from 1 minute you can go to 20 minutes and more.
That's so good. Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the thought of having to practice every day and feeling bad about not have the time or the energy or to be too busy with life and work. But you just need to have your harmonica nearby and just holding it. You feel the connection. And just on one hand, you just touch it and something is happening already. And you just start thinking about music.
Yeah.
So I always, even sometimes I don't have 2 hours or 3 hours to spend on a harmonica. So I try to listen to music before the gig, for example, and playing over a record. As you can see behind me, I have a lot of LPs, but you don't need a turntable. You just stream it or a CD. And I like to play my favorite track or maybe a song that I don't know, and I go trying to play along. And I think it's important to get into music, getting into practice mode with something easy and with just one idea, just a scale, just an arpeggio, or just a song that gets you excited to learn. Like tonight, I'm going to this jam session in Newark. It's in Rutgers University, and the club is called Clements, and they have a list of tunes that they will call during the session. So for people to be a little bit prepared, and to come and to play with the band. So they have a list of songs. So today I'm going to go through it, and I know most of them, but it gives me also something to practice and to look for.
So there's not too much discussion on side what to play, right? Like that can be a problem at jam sessions sometimes.
No. On stage, you want to avoid have this to discuss too long with the band and you know this tune? No, I don't know which key. Oh no, can you do it? Because the public is watching, the audience is watching, is there, and you are entertainer. You are here for them. So it doesn't look really good when I don't know if you hear my parrot.
I did hear that. Yeah.
So maybe I should have brought him here on the perch.
Does he like your harmonica playing?
it took me a long time to get
to get him used to it.
Point where I don't get beaten all the time.
Okay.
Because for a long time, he was really on the defensive. He was a little bit not trusting me or something. So it took me 2 years to get his trust, and now I can pet him. He's following me, and I can have him on my shoulder. That doesn't bite, but I almost lost a finger. But I still have some scars.
Wow.
It's a small parrot from Australia. It's Eclectus red. It's a female, but they have like really strong beak. But yeah, it depends. Her reaction varies. But she hates when I sing. She makes some clearly.
So you sometimes sing at home, like practicing, or do you also sing on stage?
So actually, I took singing lessons when I was studying at the Sorbonne University.
Okay, yeah.
Because after going to study history, I was on my first semester at the university. I was a history student, and then I transferred to the musicology department, and you had like different classes, classic like commentary on Mozart, the history of classical music, and from Middle Age, even before Palestrina and Bach, and you had piano lessons and also vocal lessons. I was part of the choir.
I see.
We used to sing like Duruflé or some requiem, mass, a lot of. And I was taking private lessons too for like opera singing.
Okay.
Just to learn about the technique, breathing.
So even technique. Classical.
Yeah, opera. Yeah. So I learned a few airs, a few melodies from like Italian.
Yeah.
But it was a long time ago. I didn't really got into it seriously, really, for not for a long time. But I try to sing at some of my gigs at small venues, like in French.
Oh, nice.
A few times, but it's difficult. You have to train. You have to practice. You have to spend time. Really thinking about how you pronounce the words and how to really to sing in tune and to sing with to hold your
and
breath.
How to form the vowels and
So you have to take lessons if you are not a natural, or if you haven't really spent time singing. I thought about it, but
it's hard work.
It could happen. Yeah, it's hard work. Yeah,
I know about that. I also had like singing lessons at music school, like jazz, and I did some scatting and stuff. But like if you don't practice, like, and you start late, it's like hard work.
Absolutely, definitely time away from your instrument, time away from the piano, from looking for performances, from learning music, from writing songs. So you have to make a choice to with what you are spending time with. But the singing, I always recommend it to my students, and I do that a lot. I tell them, okay, I'm playing one note, and I try to sing back, and then if they can do that, then I say, okay, you need to be able to just to connect your voice, what you are hearing, to the sound of the piano, to improve the connection between your brain and your harmonica,
right?
Your singing and what you are hearing, to improve your hearings, so sometimes they cannot just hit the notes. So I told them, okay, you need to do the cow. So you go from a lower note and progressively,
or from
a higher note,
Just slide into it, yeah.
Yeah, you slide into it, and then you learn how to use your vocal cords to play back, to sing back
Nice,
melody,
yeah.
and then when you can do that, you should be able to play back a melody on the harmonica that you just heard. So ear training,
exactly. That's the goal.
So important, and I try to give the student knowledge about this. I think even they're maybe not ready to practice seriously, but at least they know what to do from the start, and they know if they want to take that road and spend the time to really get into music, to become a better musician, and develop their sense of rhythm, their ears, music theory, and try to really to give them the keys to get started. Because I wish I had that when I was a kid, when I first started the music and playing the harmonica. I was just I learned by myself.
Oh yeah. So I loved the advice that you gave early on, which was, basically lie to yourself if you don't have the motivation. I always, that's something I heard recently too, and I love the advice. Like if you don't have the motivation, just lie to yourself and be like, okay, I'm just gonna practice for 2 minutes. And then if you start, it starts to feel good. You get the connection to the instrument, and then you practice for even longer. That's the same thing with with working out. Okay, I'm just gonna do 5 push-ups. But then you start, and then you get into a mode, and then you're gonna do more.
Yeah, maybe,
and then you continue your workout.
Yeah. It's important just to go slow, just not to make too much pressure on yourself. And you always have 1 minute. You always in between, before going to shopping, before going to out, before going out, before making dinner. You have always 1-2 minutes that you can just take your harmonica and just think about one key. For example, you are practicing a song in G, so just learn the G scale, G major scale, and learn the 7 triads from the G major scale.
Yeah.
Then practice some intervals, 3rd, 4th, but stay in that galaxy of the G major scale. Stay there and trying to see how you can move from one note to the next, improvising slowly without tempo, just to discover the sound and the relationship between one note to the next.
That's so important. Yeah. It's all about the relationships.
And you can start improvising with just an idea, just an interval, and that which lead to another. Just thinking about improvising and using third. Then you mix triads and half steps, whole step, triads and the G major scale.
And then, it's all about the relationships of the notes. That's ear training, Yeah,
exactly. So that's one of one advice I could give when practicing, especially on the chromatic harmonica, because you need to learn your 12 keys, 12 major scale.
Yeah. What's your least favorite key to play in on the chromatic?
Least favorite key. It's I'm not sure if I can say there's one I don't like to play, because you will I prefer not to have a key that I'm trying to avoid, or if you have an issue with one key, try to address it, and trying to find ways to
try to make it the new strongest key.
Yeah. So you just have to spend more time on that key. But that's true that there are some keys that are less used in my music world, like in the repertoire that I'm playing, like B major or maybe a G flat major, E major.
Of course.
A major, but however, at some point you get used to, if you just maybe pick a song that has that key, and just play over and over. But yeah, on the chromatic harmonica, you have to be you have to be okay playing various keys, and that's one of the challenge.
Right.
But yeah, so you have all of that. You need to be familiar with all the 12 keys and all the triads, 7 triads from each key, and all different intervals. So it's a lot of work from the start that you have to get into. But it's the same as playing any other instrument, really. Like any other, like piano, trumpet, clarinet. You will have to do the same work.
Let's check out the chat and some questions there. Storm 1968 EU. I have a hard bopper that needs new reel plates. Or could I get the new Xpression or Suzuki SCX 56 as a second backup instrument? I'm in doubt.
So
you would.
He wants to use he wants the Xpression as a backup.
The Xpression or the Suzuki. What do you think?
No, the Xpression is not a backup. It's your harmonica. It's
there you go.
The one you love. It can be whatever you want. But yeah, we can talk about the Xpression.
Yeah, let's get through like some more of the questions first. Roberto Sopro from Rio de Janeiro. Konstantin, configure for the subtitles to appear so that it finds the translation. I did check that out. I have like no option of like activating subtitles during a live stream. I mean, if you know how to do this, let me know in the chat. But I think they can only appear as soon as the whole thing is uploaded. Quint asks, it's good to see you both. Yvonnick, will you perform in the Netherlands or Germany after your performances in Paris on May 2nd?
Oh, well, yeah, I would love to perform in Europe and in other countries. I have nothing planned yet, but definitely I'm planning a trip to Germany. I think probably next year.
Oh yeah.
I have a good friend, a saxophonist named Mathieu Bordenave, who has a couple of records on ECM.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, ECM. He recorded with his trio. I think it's Florian Weber on piano.
Yeah. He's in Hamburg. Florian Weber. I think he joined the NDR like big band. They have like a
amazing big band.
A radio big band, basically.
Yeah, it's very very famous. And so he invited me to perform at the club in Germany. So I will definitely I will pass by Trossingen to see the Hohner.
Oh yeah, you need to visit Hohner town
and meet everybody there. So yeah, probably next year, 2024. Yeah,
nice.
I'm just I'm going next week to France, and I have this concert in Paris at the Sunset with quintet. Rick Margitza, I don't know if you ever heard about him. He's a tenor saxophone who performed and recorded with Miles Davis in the 90s.
Okay.
He's on the record Amandla with Kenny Garrett. He's a monster. He's an incredible saxophonist. He developed his own way to own harmonic language, which is it's like dividing the triad, the key into like three keys, like three triads, like three major triads. He has a whole concept.
Okay.
And so he has a unique way to really to perform. So it's going to be interesting. So the band is a tenor, harmonica, piano, drums, bass. So on May 2nd at the
Nice. Yeah, if you're in Paris, Quint, you can go. Raymond, hello from Riga. Awesome, hope you're doing well. Marcos 2020, hi Yvonnick, you gave me awesome advice years ago. I had a private lesson with you on Chromatic as a blues player. You told me to learn triads and inversions as opposed to being obsessed with scales. I took that to heart and it completely changed my playing. Thank you so much. Oh, that's some good feedback.
Yeah, it's good feedback. Thank you.
Nice. And now the next comment is, tell about the expression.
Okay, here we go. So yeah,
let's drop some facts.
So yeah, the expression is, I think it's not sure if it's available everywhere in the world. I checked today on Amazon US. It's not on Amazon yet.
Okay, but I did look up on Thomann, like the big European music online store, and you can just order it there, and it's like at home in like 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, there are websites where you can order it online. And so the expression is a 12-hole chromatic harmonica with a plastic comb. It's a solo tune, so it starts on C and goes to C, so 3 octaves, and it has valves. So a lot of people have asked me if there is plastic strips inside, and yes.
Okay, yeah.
It's very compact compared to the Ace. It's another great harmonica from Hohner.
Oh yeah, can you show that in the middle of the camera? It's like a big difference, yeah.
Yeah. So big difference. And the mouthpiece, of course, we have a totally different shape. It's round for the expression.
Yeah.
Half moon. It's same size as the 270.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. So it's a good replacement for the 270. And the sound, the tone is quite unique. So that's the 270. So it has more volume and it's less breathy compared to the 270. So you have a bit more, more volume, less bright, a little bit more mellow.
Yeah.
And I just discovered that actually yesterday. When you look at the slide here, the button, so the distance between the button and the mouthpiece is shorter compared to any other harmonica I have, compared to the 270,
oh, okay.
the Super 64 performance. So it allows you to have a better contact and to have like more like immediate response, and it just is travel a little bit faster, so you don't have too much gap when you're pressing, so you can be a little bit more precise, I feel.
Yeah.
When using the mouthpiece.
Less
slide.
Latency.
Yeah. Yes. Less movement,
Oh yeah, I mean, last movement is always good, like in any situation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very light because I love to practice with one hand.
Yeah.
I love to change to switch, and it was so hard with the Super 64. I had the wrist issue.
Oh yeah.
For quite a while, because the weight is much more important. Of course, it's a 64, so 16 hole.
Yeah.
But even compared to the Ace or 270, it's compact.
How do you feel about the shape of the holes? I saw that they are very.
No, it really doesn't matter because it's still it's small. It might be same size as the 270.
Okay.
It's straight.
But they have a very special shape, right? Okay, can you show it into the camera, like the difference of the openings? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like rectangle. So it's a straight alignment.
Yeah.
I don't really think about details like this because the space between each hole is not really different from any other harmonica, from the like the Suzuki line, STX or the Ace Hohner Ace or 270, or you don't have to really to think about it. You just played it and don't have to adjust. I think if you're coming from the discovery, the hole are more spaced, are a little bit larger. Maybe something you can feel, or like on the diatonic, if you are playing the crossover, then you switch to the rocket. Maybe you will have to think about like maybe moving more to get your embouchure to direct to point in front of the hole like this, but not on the expression. And what's surprising is that I didn't play the 12 hole for like 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Even more, because I started with the 270, then I switched to the Mellowtone, the hard bopper. That's the two Stillman's signature, and I was playing this for a long time, and then I moved to the 56, and so 14 hole, and then later on 64. But the 12 I didn't use it for a long time, and the expression made me come back to the 12, and I'm thinking it's just what I need. Maybe I don't need the 16. I don't need that lower octave, because the harmonica sound the best from middle C and up. You just need like 1-2 octaves, and you can play anything. And yesterday, when I went on stage at Mesro, first I didn't know how the harmonica would sound through their PA, because it was just a talking mic, so you never know if they put too much treble.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, no reverb, but now I don't mind too much having no reverb. I'm used to playing with that, and but it sounded okay, and what I liked is that the sound really went through the drums, the piano, the bass. It's just really, cool. Really hear it very well. It just pop. So I think it's a great instrument for jazz, but also for pop, for funk.
You want to cut through.
You just boom. So I like that. It's very percussive, just very focused sound, and so it made me back made me enjoy the 12 hole configuration. And now I'm playing. I'm playing it at my shows in New York and everywhere else.
Yeah, so, that's wonderful. There's also like a super cool video that Michael from Hohner produced, and you can check that out.
If you are watching it,
in the description box below, it's linked.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, he did an excellent job. No, I'm glad. You know, when Hohner reached out to me about the expression, I think it was back in October. They told me about the they asked me if I wanted to be the face of their new 12-hole.
Oh, yeah, show us the package.
Yeah, and of course I was really flattered. I was surprised and very excited about that. But when they told me that the harmonica would be named Xpression, they got me with that. It's just a cool name, Xpression.
Yeah.
And it just made you makes you play better. I have nothing against CX12 270, but Xpression is just a name, just that
has some meaning.
Evokes a lot. Yeah, that's what we do. We express ourselves through music with our harmonica. So yeah, it has some meaning. So it's a very very cool name, Xpression. Yeah. And I'm glad they send to New York their best guy, like Michael.
Exactly.
Like the German Spielberg.
The video is amazing.
Yeah, really good photographer too.
Did he take the pictures too?
Yeah, he took the pictures.
Oh yeah.
But we spent 3 days, and I brought him to many places in New York City and Jersey City to get the view. We went to a rooftop at this hotel, the Hyatt, and so we could see the whole Manhattan. But it was a lot of fun, and we went to Times Square. He made he shot so much material. We could have produced a movie.
Yeah.
The video is only 1 minute. But
1 minute 30. Yeah.
Yeah. But there is another video also. I don't know if it's going to air. I don't know if they will release it a little bit longer, a little bit with more images. But and then he shot. He went to the Django where I was performing with my quintet. We performed music from my latest, newest album, Listen.
Yeah.
And so it's the quintet, chromatic harmonica, saxophone, tenor sax. And so he took some videos from that performance at the Django, which is a cocktail bar at the Roxy Hotel. I like to perform there. And we had a good time. It was a great experience.
Yeah, everybody check it out in the description box. Marcos 22 2020. We're rocking Ron's email to me today saying Hohner has got them and it's ready to ship them out any day. I've ordered mine already.
Wow,
Way to go.
Thank you. Let me know how you like it. So something you can do when you receive your harmonica. So first you need like a Phillips screw to open the screws on the side, and then you can gap the harmonica if that's something you have some experience. It can also make the harmonica even more responsive. So if you have it's just about removing the cover, and then you can lift, or you need to place the reel a bit closer to the plate, and that's even helps to get even more facility playing it, more response. That's something I did on one of my expression. The other I did that on the prototype they sent me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think Boaz was just about to ask this, like if there was like a process of testing out prototypes. Yeah,
so I didn't take part in the making of the harmonica. I wasn't consulted to tell, because otherwise I would have put my name on my signature. No, but so the harmonica was already made, but they asked me how I was feeling, what I was thinking about the prototype, and I couldn't really see anything wrong about the harmonica. There's no leak. It's just just good as it is, and there's nothing wrong with the 270 or the Ace or the SCX 48 from Suzuki or Seidel harmonicas. It's just up there. They make really excellent chromatic harmonicas, and then it will be more. It will be like what you feel about the. But it's a personal choice. I think. Then you want to try them and see the one you really feel a connection. But
True,
at this level, they're all they're really they make the they're enough. They are really good itself. It's really a preference.
Yeah, it's just about the feeling. So
and this one is quite affordable.
Exactly.
The bank, because you just buy one and it will you will keep it for years. It's plastic comb, ABS. It's solid. It's Hohner. We know the German. They don't do things half. They make the take times to really create a solid product. So you cannot be disappointed with this harmonica. And I'm using it now at my shows. And for me, it's most important is not to suck. When I go out performing with like the New York finest, like even some of the best musicians in the world, like on my album, like Bill Stewart, Kevin Hayes, Jeremy Pelt.
Yeah.
Last thing I want is to suck. I know I'm going to suck compared to them, but I want to have all the chance to rise to the occasion. And so you want an instrument that will not fail, because you have to know the music, learn all your scales, learn the songs. So you want to just forget about the instrument and improvise and let it go and enjoy too your performance. So if you have like a reed that is stuck or it doesn't sound good, an issue with the harmonica.
You don't want to have to worry about your material during an important gig or like a recording session. Raymond says in the chat, I'm in Hamburg this weekend. Wow, you should say hello. Let me know. We can meet up. Is it possible? Got some in music store. Wow, I gotta think, because music stores are sadly dying.
Yeah, if you are going to here in New York in the US at the Sam Ash or Guitar Center, these are some of the biggest stores. Around here. You will find like the 270, maybe a CX12, but I think the Xpression is a little bit new. Of course, it just came out like 2 weeks ago. So you have to let it time to see if there is like a big demand, I think.
I'm not Googling right now, but there was like
produce more. If people ask for it, they want it could replace the 270.
Yeah, that's true. There was like a big Just Music store here in Hamburg, and it got closed.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah, they had like 5 stores in Germany. Okay. 2 in Berlin, or like 1.5. Dortmund, Munich, and Hamburg, and they closed all of them except for Berlin.
It was a big store, like really
very big. Like it says 3,600 square meters.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's sad because the store also it's a place where you try instruments, and I remember I used to go to Guitar Center in Times Square.
Yeah,
it's a big place, but you go there and it's so much noise. So everybody's playing the drums, guitar really loud, and nobody can play at the same.
Everybody's playing Smoke on the Water on the guitar.
yeah. So it's a big mess. It's a big mess. I'll go there, but hey, I remember trying different pedals, different effects.
Oh yeah.
And so I could spend like the whole day there. Just they let you in some rooms, and I was trying to use. Yeah, I was into effects at some point, like chorus, distortion. I was just experimenting with that. So I spent some afternoons.
Yeah, and if you play a concert nowadays, like, do you just use the microphone on site, or do you bring your own microphone? Do you have like a preference?
Yeah, I just bought a Beta 58 recently, and I'm happy with the sound. Before that, I had the Audix Fireball.
Oh yeah.
But I noticed such a difference between the Audix and even the SM58. Like the Audix doesn't have much volume. It's almost half of the volume of the Shure microphones. So when you are plugging it to your amp, just the intensity, the sound is a little bit thinner. So I stopped using the Audix, but I liked it before because you had the volume control, and it's light, small.
Yeah,
it was easy to handle it. But I use I bring a amp that I put in a suitcase when I'm going to New York, and I have some small clubs dates. Sometimes it's just what you need, and if there is nothing there at the venue, I will use that, and have.
which kind of amp are you using in that situation?
Yeah. So I have it's a little amp like a vocal amp.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot the brand right now. But otherwise, I prefer to plug into like a Fender Blues Deluxe if the club has one, because it's just a stronger tone there. So that's one of my favorite amp. Or I can go through the PA.
Yeah,
that's fine too. If they have like monitors in front of me, or I plug to the amp, like guitar amp, Fender, for example, and then it will go to the house. We connect to the PA.
How about like a studio situation? Like, do you use the same gear there, or do you use other microphones, another setup?
So yeah, I'm still experimenting when I'm in a studio, when I'm recording albums, and usually I use their condenser mic, whatever they have, like a Newman. I did once with a Beta 58, also holding the harmonica.
Yeah.
And for my last recording, I went to Rudy Van Gelder Studios, where all the prestige albums, the Blue Note, were recorded, like Love Supreme, John Coltrane. So it's a very famous studio in Englewood, New Jersey, not far from where I live, and they had like vintage microphones.
Yeah.
And but I don't think it was the right microphone for the harmonica. Probably for the sax, or because it I noticed too late that the sound was a little bit too in the treble, not too high, and I needed more like bottom. It lacks a little bit of bottom when I'm listening back to the recording. So that's something. Yeah, you need to pay attention. It's very important to, especially when you are going to studios where they are not used to record harmonicas.
Yeah, like so many people aren't used to recording harmonica.
So because Rudy Van Gelder, I think Rudy Van Gelder died a few years ago, but now it's Maureen Sickler, who was the assistant of Rudy Van Gelder, and I think she probably recorded with she recorded Toots Timmons, I think, in the 70s, but not much. Yeah, not. I think no one after him. So I think they didn't know really what mic. And at some point, one of the mic also burned during the session.
Okay.
So in my booth, yeah. So we had to stop for like over an hour, and I was smelling something like strange, like an odor of like something burning. I thought it was the fabric of the curtains.
Yeah.
So
or the foam or whatever.
Yeah. So I started to cough, and then I saw some smoke. So okay, so we stopped, and something burned like some electric. So they changed the mic, and but we had to stop the session for an hour or two. But that's fine. I got a discount. It's an old studio. It's been there since the 50s, I think, late 50s. So but it has a lot of history.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed so much since that time.
Yeah, I recently loved like some ribbon microphones with harmonica in the studio, and I can show this one, like the RCA 44.
Okay.
Wow, that just like cuts off like all the bad frequencies of the harmonica. It's so good.
To your album, the duo where you play.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. I don't like the sound at all. It's like it's very classical, you know.
Yeah, we can hear some breathing, some extra sound that's not from the harmonica, but from your breathing. But I think it sounded accurate. The harmonica sounded very natural.
Yeah, I think he just like. I mean, there was also somebody who wasn't really used to recording harmonica, and it was like not the most direct signal. So the microphone, like they do that in classical music so many times. It's not like playing into the microphone, but they put it like on top, like looking at you from above, you know, which is, I mean, a little weird sometimes.
Yeah, because we have a tendency to play like this.
Yeah.
Which is bad for our neck. Like this,
but yeah,
the sound is coming down.
This one I can share with the screen, maybe. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, I can't show it right now because I'm recording the Skype window and not the screen itself, so I can't do that right now. But RCA 44. That's fantastic. If they got an old one at the studio like the original, I think there are some like there's an AEA, the company, they try to like rebuild it like the modern ones, but the old ones are amazing.
Yeah, no, it's very important because when you are recording your album and you are in charge with everything, the repertoire, the order of the songs, and you need somebody to help you, producer, to save time and also to guide you during the process, but you have to focus on all the little things, and the choice of the microphone is very important because that's your sound, and if you're not paying attention, not trying, so maybe you can have like a few microphones, 2, and then you can pick one if you want.
Yeah, then you can still choose or blend whatever.
Yeah, I'm preparing a new recording for the end of the year, and I know that the microphone will be one of my top concern. And I'm exploring the possibility of recording with the Beta 58, holding like 2 instruments.
Okay.
I used to do that.
Let me show it on my phone, the other one here. RCA 44 BX.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Maybe you saw that before.
Yeah. That's what I had. I mean, it looks the same, but maybe a different version. I'm not sure.
Sounded so good.
Yeah. So you have a recording coming with this?
We did some recordings with it, some duo recordings, yeah. But like, I don't know, for the orchestral stuff I just recorded, they used like some other ribbon microphone. I don't know.
So you were in the same room with the orchestra. Did you had some panels to
No.
around you? No. So you had the violin just nearby.
Yeah, like I was like standing there next to the piano, and then like I was basically looking at the violins in front of me.
Yeah.
And the conductor, and then like on top there were like a few little stairs. We had like the brass stuff or the wind section.
It sounds so good. Must be like also a thrill for you to have
I'm
all
excited.
that sound coming from I mean, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's like a new feeling. I remember like the first time playing with a big band. You know, that also feels good.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I used to play with a big band when I was 9.
Having like so much power behind you.
Yeah. And so much sound, so much feels so good. Then I stop and you play, and then I play some background behind you, and just pushes you and inspire you to just to blow so hard. Then it's so fun that we do. Like we so great to play to perform to play jazz or classical music. Music is just incredible. We're so lucky to do that, and you're amazing because you go from classical music to you go into jazz. To both,
I can't decide.
And even pop. Like when I see you on Instagram, you like
listening to so much
like
pop
Chopin.
music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what kind of music are you listening to right now?
Right now, so I was just before I was putting this LP on Uptones. I was listening to some Freddie Hubbard.
Nice.
Yeah, like
I have the feeling like that you listen to music a lot because like there are some musicians who are also like they don't like to listen to too much music. Also like before a concert, like if I play a concert with my pianist backstage, I like to listen to music before the gig. You know?
Oh, yeah. No, maybe not just before.
Yeah.
Like in the morning, but when I'm traveling there. But not just before. I don't think. But I'm trying to listen to music because I want to hear better, also, and I want to feel the swing, the groove. So when I'm listening to Bad Powell, to Freddie Hubbard, I connect with the time and the ideas.
And are you still listening to harmonica music?
Harmonica music, when I'm teaching, I'm always I'm showing my students how to play like juke or easy, big Walter Horton. And, when I'm teaching diatonic harmonica, because I created a school in New York, the New York Harmonica School.
Exactly.
2012, and I wanted to reproduce what I went through when I was growing up in France. I used to go to blues harmonica school in Paris, and the teacher were Jean-Jacques Milteau and Greg Slapp.
Yeah.
So I went there for like 2 years, and they had group lessons on Saturdays. So just on like morning, maybe like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. You start with the beginners, and then the intermediate, and they have more advanced students. So I try to reproduce this format more or less with my school, and especially the concert, the student concert at the end of the year or at the end of the semester. And I did that at Café Vivaldi in Greenwich Village, but now the venue has closed. But I always do concerts, workshop with my students. We do that at a studio, music studio, and I hire some of the best musicians jazz musicians in New York to accompany them on keys and drums. So we work on a repertoire, and we start with a blues jam. So everybody come on stage, and we play like some just simple songs that I wrote, or as I say, like Juke and Easy, which are the next the songs to prepare for the upcoming workshop on June 11th.
Okay.
June 11th.
I didn't know you play diatonic.
You didn't know. You didn't read my biography. Didn't prepare. I started with the diatonic when I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
For my birthday.
But do you still play in a live session?
I did.
Or only teaching?
On Sunday, I had a brunch gig in Harlem, and I played the diatonic. I played
wow,
like a blues, depending the situation, depending the environment. But I'm doing some sideman recordings, like I did on a reggae with a reggae artist, and some blues.
Nice.
Blues stuff.
We can play a blues. You play the diatonic. I play the chromatic.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Maybe
it might be fair. we could just like take choruses. I can only play it in G. G is fine. I'm just trying to play a... That's me messing up.
Yeah.
That's a hard tempo.
Yeah, it's medium slow.
Yeah, wow, I haven't touched this in a year.
But the jazz SCX12.
Yeah, I got the 270 and the CX12. I mean, I just love to take it apart. It's like so easy.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's
but it's a little messed up. I gotta send it to a customizer. I think I'm missing some valves and stuff.
I think I have the same problem with mine. This is why I don't use it anymore. It's back there. I just took it one time apart, and something it's not quite right. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I know. It's a great harmonica. You know, it's not about the harmonica itself. I think just we need to be to know really to see how to put it back, to spend time to.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't particularly careful with this one. I like.
You just
There were some performances like where I just like let it fall down to the ground. I think I told the story before. I told the story before. Like there was a show. I played a Christmas show. There was like 7 shows in a row, like in December, at some point, and we did play "Isn't She Lovely?"
Yeah.
And I wanted to sound like Stevie, so I played the melody on the chromatic. But I didn't want to improvise on the chromatic, you know? So I changed to the diatonic, but it was like such a quick switch of instruments. I just let the CX12 fall to the ground every single show and then play the diatonic. And like one show, it fell apart on the ground and everybody was scared, you know?
Scared, but that's what the rock stars do. You know, they break their guitar, drums.
And I'm a rock star.
Yeah, don't worry.
Awesome. I mean, you sound amazing on the diatonic.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, how many students of yours are playing chromatic and how many are diatonic players?
Yeah, it's mostly diatonic harmonica players. I have a few also chromatic. At the New York Harmonica School. New York Harmonica School is when I'm teaching in person.
Yeah.
People from living in New York. So most people start with the diatonic, but at some point, I groom them slowly, and they start.
Interesting, yeah.
They get started on a chromatic at some point, because they always see me. They go to my show. I'm playing the chromatic, and it's always there nearby, so they get into it. And then when they start playing the chromatic harmonica, they join my online school, my harmonica studio. Where they will find over 750 videos, lessons, and from there they really start improving very fast.
Oh yeah.
They have everything they need in one place. They can learn about all the scales, improvisation techniques, arpeggios, intervals, so all the technical aspects of playing the harmonica. Covered, and they learn how to read music on a harmonica. They learn tunes, jazz, blues. We have a lot of selection of jazz standards, and they learn it really from A to Z. So they learn the melody, but also the roots movement, the triads for every chord, and chord scales, and then how to improvise on a 2-5-1. And that is a really incredible place, my harmonica studio.
Yeah.
So I think if anyone is interested.
Yeah, check out check out the description below. Like you can find your website, the New York Harmonica School website,
because
and the website for my harmonica studio.
Yeah, what I'm trying to convey is the idea of playing jazz on the chromatic harmonica will help you to play any other style of music. Like if you study jazz,
exactly, yeah,
you will learn so much, everything you need then to explore other type of music. Like if you get like good jazz training,
yeah, you can still become like a reggae star.
Yeah. Then you can go into any band. Can play any type of music, like classical or reggae or rock, and with that background you're ready for everything, because it teaches
exactly
you
even classical, because like if you only play classical, it's hard to play jazz, you know,
because you're not used to playing without having something in front of you, like music. So in jazz you need to also learn by heart and memorize songs. And you really have to know your harmonica extremely well to be able to navigate to different keys. So that's what I'm trying to express, and to have people to see that the importance of jazz, because jazz it can be a scary word too. Jazz,
yeah,
Like
can have like a negative connotation. Like different people think different things about the word, you know?
Yeah. It can scare.
Yeah,
people.
scare some people. How about the age of your one-on-one in-person students? Like, do you also have some young students? And
how
old are they, and what are they into?
Yeah, I had not right now, but I had like 4 years old students who just take the harmonica and throw it and
throw it around.
Very hard. It's very hard. It's not my favorite type of teaching situation. But the whole test, I think, was at some point just before COVID, I was teaching at like nursing home, but luxury so apartments for old people, I would say, and in Chelsea, New York, and I had a group. I had 4 elderly students approaching 100 years old. So they were like between 90 and 100.
Yeah.
And it was a special moment to be there, because it's people who used to go to see like Louis Armstrong or Duke Ellington. Like for them, like the 50s where they were like, you know, like young, like
exactly.
Yeah, so it's totally like different world. So you're like in touch with connecting the past, and one was blind. I have some videos on the Instagram, on my Instagram, the New York Harmonica School Instagram, and maybe the Facebook. And so we played really simple things, simple songs, and we were preparing for the workshop, our student concert, and they were very so excited to participate. But COVID arrived.
Yeah.
And so that was the end of the lessons. But yeah, from like 4 years old to like 100. But mostly, I think mostly adults these days. I'm teaching.
How about like the situation of the instrument, like having that official academic route? You know, like I studied harmonica at music school. Like I did my master degree. I had like online lessons with Howard Levy and stuff. Are there some schools in New York? I mean, back then I applied to some schools too, and I could have even gone there, but you know, like the expense is very different if you study in the US. Even if you get like a 50% scholarship, it's like way more expensive than studying in a European country. But
I can relate to
what's
that.
the situation of like studying harmonica in the US or in New York?
Yeah, as a French migrant, I always wanted to visit New York, and because I grew up watching Terminator, Lethal Weapons, Wesley Snipes, Stallone. As a kid from the 90s, 80s, 90s, so we were like really into America, Hollywood, and even also from the music, because my father had a big CD collection.
Yeah.
From blues, jazz. Even if my family weren't into music, they were not musicians, but I like to listen to music myself as a kid, and that's how I discovered the harmonica, listening to Sugar Blue, Sonny Boy Williamson, Jean-Jacques Milteau, and I started with a method written by Don Baker, entitled Blues Harp. Don Baker is an Irish blues harmonica player.
Yeah,
and it came with a cassette. So I was 8 years old, and I only had that for like 4 or 5 years, until I signed up to the blues harmonica school in Paris at Utopia, and that's where I met Jean-Jacques Milteau and Greg Zlap, who I know that you had him as a guest, and he's such a great guy. So I spent a few years with him, and I went to a blues camp at a blues camp in the south of France, and Jean-Jacques Milteau and Greg Zlap were the harmonica teachers, and I learned how to band there, and I had my first performances. First time I played with a band, and there's a video also that somebody sent me some footage from that time.
Oh, okay.
And then it's on my YouTube channel, and then after I met Sébastien Charlier, who started to transition to go more toward the jazz repertoire.
Right.
And after I went to the Sorbonne University, and I learned that they had a program, an exchange student program, where you could study for free in the US, but you had to have the master degree.
Okay.
So that's why I went to the Sorbonne, and I studied for like 4 or 5 years there to get the grant, because I didn't know anything about visa. I didn't have the resources to come on my own.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone in the US, so the only way for me was just getting that grant. So I went through all the exams, and finally they sent me to New York, and I had also the chance to have Laurent Cuny, who is a composer, arranger, pianist, French jazz musician, who started performing with his quartet, and he was the teacher, the jazz professor at the Sorbonne for a while, and so he helped me out with that, and also some other people facilitate the move, but I was only there for a year. I went to the City College, 2007, in Harlem. And it was really a culture shock, because I didn't know to speak really English, and so it was a little bit difficult.
Crazy, yeah.
The beginning to just the culture and the language and everything else. And I thought I was going to be famous. I thought I was prepared. I thought I had what it takes to perform and to be recognized. I was just like in my early 20s, and so when I arrived, I discovered that I needed to relearn, and to change my views of improvisation, of jazz, and of everything. I wasn't bad. I always had some facility on the instrument. I could play, but I needed to become better with my time, with my hearings, with the
ear training,
ear training, and because like the theory in France, we are really good to teach that theory, harmony, but the how to play jazz and how to phrase and how to articulate, and that was a different story. I mean, I didn't meet like really teachers who really could show me exactly how to do it properly. So when I arrived in New York, I had to study again and start almost like a beginner. I felt like I felt going backwards. So it humbled me, and it took me a few years to feel more confident, and but I spent a lot of time here in the practice rooms, and but after the end of the year I had to go back, and I asked for an extension, so they gave me another six months.
Yeah.
And after that I had to go back, but I found another way to go to Columbia University for a semester. So I received another scholarship, and at the end of that, I thought I was also going back to France, to Paris, And so I really didn't go to the courses, the classes at Columbia University, and now I regret, because it was really a chance to study there, and it's very expensive. But I thought I had to go back after a few months to France, so I went to I spent time in jam sessions, to go to jam sessions and hanging out at clubs, getting private lessons, and finally I went to the new school. It was really my last hope.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then they give me also a scholarship. I was just lucky. I think I just met some generous people, or some, I was just lucky to be at the right moment there.
So who was your teacher at the new school?
So I took lessons with Lee Konitz.
Yeah.
Saxophonist alto, passed away a few years ago. Used to perform with on the Birth of Cool album by Miles Davis, Gil Evans, and he recorded hundreds of albums, and he's the giant of jazz, known for his sound, his unique, different from Charlie Parker, and his approach of improvisation being more intuitive compared to other saxophonists who maybe approach the improvisation with more agenda, with some licks or something that they worked before going on stage. But Lee Konitz is more on the moment, and it's a way of thinking. It's a school of jazz.
Yeah,
the cool. So it's from the movement. We can relate it to Lenny Tristano. I did my master thesis on Lee Konitz.
Okay. Did you actually have to write a thesis?
Yeah. So I was doing that at the same time as I was at the new school.
Okay.
I had to write, I don't know, hundreds of pages about, and by the end of the year, I lost the hard drive. I was living in a basement in Brooklyn. Yeah, it was like a very like strange place, and I left my backpack outside. I put it on the floor. At that time, I was smoking a cigarette, and I left the backpack because it was, maybe I had a computer, not a computer, but I don't know what was inside, but I had the hard drive in my backpack, and I don't know, I go back home and I leave the backpack out, and after 30 minutes it was so I go back outside, and of course it disappeared. So I had to rewrite some of the thesis just not before I had to submit. So it was stupid, really stupid, but it happened.
Crazy.
But then I succeeded the master, so I got the master from Sorbonne University, and then a bachelor from the new school.
Yeah.
And the new school. So I studied with Lee Konitz and Charlie Persip, who is played with Sonny Stitt. Sonny Rollins is on the Eternal Triangle record. With also Reggie Walkman, with bassist, and Kevin Hayes. I do a few lessons with Kevin Hayes, Pete Bernstein, guitar player, Aaron Goldberg, Ben Street, Jerome Sabag. Yeah, a lot of people. John Patitucci, who was a teacher at the City College.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It was. Yeah, some good experiences, but I don't think it's necessary to come to New York to really these days to study jazz, because you have some, like, especially right now during after COVID, a lot of great musicians just move out from New York and went to Europe, like Chris Chick, Seamus Blake, and Mark Turner, and a lot of other jazz musicians, and they have like really amazing programs at European conservatories, and with YouTube and with all the online classes.
Of course, you can decide how you want to do it.
Yeah, you don't have you don't want to spend all that money to go to the new school, because these places they're trying to make money. They're trying to. It's a great place to meet people, and if you have the finance, it's okay. Then you don't want to be in debt and have to pay. I don't even know the tuition right now, but it's probably like 50 grand. I'm not sure.
Oh wow, even that.
And the diploma, it's not really something that you are going to use it. Maybe for teaching.
Maybe for teaching, yeah, but not at the venue.
At the university level, you need a master.
I got a degree. Can I play a concert now?
Yeah. That's not the best way to. It's not going to help you to get a gig, for example.
So, like right now, being in New York, living in New York, like, what's the usual process for you of getting gigs? Are you booking yourself? Do you have somebody who books gigs, or is it just like word of mouth, or is it other band members?
Yeah, so it's a bit of everything.
Yeah,
as you mentioned everything. So it takes time to do this part of the music job. But you have to do it. You have to spend that time to find places to perform and to hire musicians and to do all the booking. Takes hours away from making music or writing songs. And I worked with an agency in New York for events for like 5-6 years. So I used to play at some really great hotels every week, and I had the budget to invite like people who I studied with, like Pete Bernstein or Pasquale Grasso, who's the incredible guitar player, and other Clovis Nicola on bass, and I mean so many people I've played with, hundreds of musicians in New York, and I did every type of engagement of gigs.
Yeah.
Really. I played of course about the typical. I played at the Blue Note actually with Fred Yonnet. You know Fred Yonnet?
Yeah.
Was he a part of your?
Not yet. I think at some point I messaged him, but at that point I don't know. Maybe he's also like too affiliated to Seidel. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
But he invited me to perform at the Blue Note with his band, and we actually performed a song by Michel Herblin, who is a diatonic harmonica player from France. He's an incredible musician from I think he lives in the south of France. But I saw that you had Sébastien Charlier.
Yeah,
that's great. And
I got to contact Frederic again. I just checked the messages, and we talked about it in.
Yeah. He lives in Washington D.C.
2020, like 3 years ago, we already talked about maybe doing a Hohner live.
Okay, no.
That's some time ago.
Yeah, no, you should reach out to him. And so I played at the Blue Note, Smalls, jazz venues, and did weddings, funeral. I played at a barber shop. I played in a subway, in the streets, in parks.
Everything. Wow.
Yeah. Everything is good. I think every time you play your instrument with other musicians, you can learn something. And it's better if they are more advanced than yourself.
Yeah. That's good. Awesome. Wow, we already talked for like 1.5.
I can see my iPad right here, and
oh, you're watching the stream?
Just on the side. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
I can see that I have another screen.
So everybody in the chat, if you still got some questions, let us know. But otherwise, you can check out the description box with all links to Yvonnick's socials and website and the Harmonica School, the online school. Follow us on Instagram. All that good stuff. And thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, Konstantin. Thank you for. I'm glad to be episode 86.
Yeah.
I prefer episode 19 or 17, but it's
Of
okay. We
course.
had a good time.
Actually, I think this started out as like me only. Like I think only at like episode 20 or so I started to do interviews.
Oh, okay.
I think it was first me just like teaching, and then starting with COVID, it turned into like the interview thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
But it's nice to stay in touch with the harmonica world, or like even get to know more people in the harmonica world.
And there are so many great harmonica players all around the world.
Yeah,
So many, every country, everywhere.
Yeah, you can always find some more and explore. Like even Hohner is always like, "Wow, where do you find all these harmonica players?" We didn't know that there were so many. You know.
Wow. Yeah, now it's easy to find people on Instagram or YouTube. But
Exactly.
thank you for the invitation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you at some point in Germany. Or if you come back to New York,
I hope so.
hang out
That would be cool.
time.
Awesome, everybody.
Guys, check out the expression.
Check out the expression.
Yeah, if you can find one.
Yeah, you can check out the information and the nice New York City video in the description box. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, or day from wherever you're tuning in. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.